Marshall Levenson, Rivals national analyst here. Anytime you're looking at a program with a new head coach, obviously one of the first things other than wins on the field is how are they going to recruit. So in the Mid South, looking at Texas A&M for this first class, obviously Mike Elko takes over the Aggies. Jimbo Fisher out, gets a historic buyout. He's probably living on the beach with a bunch of money somewhere right now. But you know, Mike Elko, it's A&M, it's the SEC. He has some pretty big expectations from the fan base, and I mean from other fan bases too, for A&M to be recruiting at a high level. So I think for me, probably the best, maybe the best metric, but what a lot of people look at is a top 10 class is, oh, that's a big year for recruiting is when you have a top 10 class, especially for A&M, an SEC power, or at least supposed to be an SEC power, and, recruiting the way they have the past several years. What will the Aggies first class under Mike Elko look like is a big, topic of discussion. And can Mike Elko bring in a top 10 class in year one of him and his staff at the reins in College Station? And I think the answer is yes. I think they can. One, I think despite Jimbo Fisher's lack of success at A&M, recruiting was never the issue. Now, once they got on campus, maybe was there some character issues or some things that happened off the field that, caused distractions and, maybe some lackluster coaching here and there? Absolutely. Obviously, everyone has seen the headlines of those, but they brought in the historic recruiting class several years ago, number one of all time. So that is A&M's, peak. That is their level that they can recruit at. They can be a top 10, top 5, top 3 recruiting program on a yearly basis. Looking at it, we've heard a lot of positive feedback from recruits on Mike Elko. And his ability, to establish relationships, continue them, and just the way that he goes about it and the rest of the staff. They say that there's a stark difference between Jimbo Fisher and Mike Elko. So if Jimbo Fisher could recruit and his staff could recruit top classes, and Mike Elko has been getting, rave reviews that they say it's better than what Jimbo Fisher was able to do, I think that absolutely points to the fact that Elko can bring in a top class and he can do it in year one. Not a whole lot of recruits in the class right now. That I think they're number 18 in the country, but that's obviously going to change as the year progresses and Elko, puts in their culture with the way they want to do things. And then I think a big thing will be, the wins on the field or whether they can win on the field. If he shows that direction is trending, or that program is trending in the right direction, and, they can put quality football on the field for fans, I think that's going to do a lot of favors for him. But I don't think it's too much to ask for Elko to land a top 10 class in year one. I think he's going to have the staff to do it, and I think he can do it, and I think he's going to be determined. And I think there's enough guys in Texas that are going to have a different opinion on the Aggies than what Jimbo Fisher had them believing in the past. So it might take a few months. It might be a signing day kind of thing where everything trends up towards the end of the season, but I think it's absolutely something Mike Elko can do, and it'll be one of the top storylines that I'm paying attention to, and seeing how Mike Elko can shape the recruiting grounds for the Aggies